Now, there should be a speedy program to return land taken illegally from traditional communities. The strong view of the KwaZulu-Natal House of Traditional Leaders today briefing after a meeting to discuss the land issue and others as well that are affecting the country. Political reporter Siphamandla Goge was at that briefing and joins us now. So first up, what are the leaders saying on the issue of land and recommendations by this advisory panel on the Ingonyama Trust? Sipha, good afternoon.
They seem to be rejecting it. They are saying they will be starting their own consultation process. They will be going to traditional communities, trying to solicit the views of community members as well as traditional leaders in KwaZulu-Natal, because they say those recommendations to amend or repeal the Ingonyama Trust Act, they do not agree with that. They feel that that decision was rushed. As a result, they say they will undertake their own process because they feel that Ingonyama Trust land should remain as it is. Our viewers would recall that there is this strong debate about that. There were those recommendations that all that land under the Ingonyama Trust must be transferred back urgently to the ownership of the state. Let's listen to Inkosi Chiliza, the chairperson of the KwaZulu-Natal House of Traditional Leaders, explaining that point.
To this end, we have resolved to visit and consult with all local houses to ascertain the input of traditional leaders on how the land should be distributed and to whom. We have established a task team that will consult on behalf of the House on all land matters, whether it is in Ingonyama Trust land, state land or private land. The input gained from the exercise will help us respond to the wider debate about Ingonyama Trust land, expropriation of land without compensation, title deed, traditional communities, as well as the pertinent asked questions about who should be allocated land. We reiterate the position that land is not for sale, but that it is a socio-economic instrument that should be used for the settlement of our people, food production and development.
Land is one issue, but also reference to the scourge of gender-based violence.
Indeed, that took center stage during a two-day meeting in Ulundi in KwaZulu-Natal, where all traditional leaders met, and they are calling for those who are found guilty of gender-based violence as well as femicide in traditional communities to be isolated. They stopped short of saying they should be expelled and go and live somewhere else, but they didn't explain in detail as to how should that work. But they said those should be isolated and laws should be stricter and tough on them. Let's listen to Inkosi Chiliza explaining again.
Key programs on gender-based violence by Amakosi, we will be partnering in rolling out Isibaya Samadoda, led by the Prince Unhlanganiso Zulu, who is the champion of Isibaya Samadoda, in all traditional communities, where we will be mentoring young men with the intention of inculcating the culture of respect for women and children. All Amakosi committed themselves to conducting an audit on any part of culture or tradition that is may exist within the traditional communities and which discriminates against women, so that it can be brought to house for review. For example, if we are talking about this thing of Ugutwala, if we are talking about Ugutwala, there is this thing of calling Ugutwala as if it is a culture, whereas there is a difference between a culture and a custom.
All right, these are important issues. We've heard about land, we've heard about gender-based violence. A little earlier, Siphamandla, we also heard from Nigeria's foreign minister referencing attacks on foreign nationals. That also emerged at your briefing.
Indeed, Amakosi are saying at the end of the day, the solution lies with communities at a lower level. They are saying they recognize that the president did send special envoys to go out and apologize for xenophobic attacks, but they are calling for a wider consultation process, and they are saying foreign nationals who are in South Africa with documents must be protected. They did talk tough against xenophobia, saying foreign nationals should not be attacked. Even those who are involved or alleged to be involved in criminal activities, they are saying they must be nabbed and they must be deported. No one should be assaulted.
All right, Sipho Mandla Goge.